It's one of those callings where I told people, it reminds me of my mission a little bit, because there's things you can do that you've never been able to do before. And you see things that,
That's what Carl says.
and the way
Let's go celebrate his birthday.
members
it
just
should be
do their
short.
call,
But he told me
how much it relieves off of you. I mean, it's just little things.
everything you
It
knew.
magnifies, and it's been beautiful. It's been awesome.
Yes, please.
Oh, the other thing that's been interesting for me, because
That's right.
and you love like you never loved before. I never ever
Told you everything you knew and you still don't know anything, huh?
I have a love for the people that I've never had before.
You want a kid or adult?
It's bewildering to me, because I'm not a loving type of guy, and just to have that, it's been pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. That's a cool part of it. So, but it's undaunting.
That's a good reason.
Trees have gone in and.
Nope.
Okay, the mayor, everything's on.
We dug the hole.
Hey, Weber County guy, what have you?
Minimally before, huh?
Hey, Weber County guy, what have you figured out on your annexing and all that?
We're working on it.
Is it done yet, or no?
A minute.
It'll be about 90 days,
What's
won't
the,
it?
what's the fire?
I started
the fire
this
thing
thing
last
won't
night.
affect
What was
anything.
it?
Okay, it's going.
What's it? How did they term it?
Oh, it's a open house.
It was great.
It was a blast.
This one, number 4.
Mine.
Always is.
I got my shot.
Oh, you got that last night?
Is that our public works building?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it was in Weber County.
Yeah. So,
You'll be there.
I know. It's hard to get a surveyor out at this time of year.
I was in WACOG meeting last night and
Pushing it because I'm like,
The trout
I
farm.
turned my
is in
cell phone
Weber
on
County.
mute,
And,
but I didn't,
and he doesn't
hit the
want to
watch.
become part of the
so
city.
it rings twice. And I couldn't figure out to shut it off.
Did your dad?
I'm ready.
Anywhere.
my grandparents
I'm assuming that was the same reason.
already broke off this section of the
So
house.
it's just the house?
Just the
Till
house.
6 o'clock.
Ready.
And my grandparents did it so they have a lot.
Welcome everyone to North Ogden City Council. Meeting now will come to order. Where's Blake? Please mute your phones so we don't have any disturbances during the meeting. I tried that last night and got caught, but at another meeting. Anyway, we excuse Councilman Severin and John Call this evening. They won't be here. And we'll begin with an invocation and pledge of allegiance by Councilmember Turner.
Our dear Father in heaven, we are very grateful for this opportunity we have to come together as residents of North Ogden to discuss this great city and the needs. And we pray, Father, that thy Spirit may be here, that we'll be able to discuss the things that will be best suited for the residents here and the people in this great country. We're grateful for all the blessings we have. We say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Can you please rise and repeat the Pledge of Allegiance? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First item on the agenda is the consent agenda. I would entertain a motion regarding that.
Mayor, I move we approve the consent agenda.
The move that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
And second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is public comments. We'd open the meeting now for public comments. Please state your name and address as you approach the podium.
My name is Jordan Welling, and I live at 134 East, 3900 North. And so I have this project I was doing for school for my world geography class, and if I came here and presented it, it would help. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to present it. So I'm doing a project on human growth and stuff. So basically, this is the problem because if the birth rate inclines too fast, then there won't be this city. We won't have anything because the world won't have any more resources left to give us. I was just wondering if there's like anything you guys are doing to help with it, and what we as citizens could do. Also, I wanted to, I don't know, not tell anything, but if we had like a meeting, like just within our city or whatever, like not weekly but monthly or something like that, and targeted for kids my age, so 14, 15, to talk about the how to prevent it. Well, not prevent it entirely, but how to slow it down so that the world's birth rate is growing at a sustaining rate where the world's resources won't be completely gone. So, yeah.
No, we have not addressed that subject.
Okay, well, maybe give it some thought. I don't know if you want to. Just have it in the back of your mind, I guess.
Okay.
So, yep. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
Yep.
Mayor, Jordan, just so you're aware, North Ogden City has a youth city council, and they do meet once a month, and you can be part of that youth city council, and then you could be involved and help influence and help us know about needs like that. So just so you're aware.
Seeing no other comments, we'll move on to the agenda. Item 3, discussion and/or action to consider amendments to the interlocal agreement for completion and joint use of stormwater detention basin and water reservoir. Our presenter will be Annette Spenlove, City Recorder, HR Director.
And John's filling for tonight. Okay, let me pull this up. Okay. John has highlighted some of the changes. He stated here in his staff report, as the design process for the new detention basin, detention irrigation pond, has been moving forward, the Water
Conservancy.
Conservancy District Pineview realized that they no longer had to dig the facility to the 12 feet and to get the irrigation storage they needed. In discussions with this, we realized the original depth requirement of 12 feet was to satisfy the state requirement for the fishery. And since they're not doing that now, the agreement was amended to reflect the changes in the depth and storage capacity for irrigation, as well as remove the fishery language and clarify liability further. So then he gave you the detailed analysis of each change being made. And then in section, 201, let's go there first. In 201, that he removed the 12 feet to 9 feet and removed at least 26 approximately to 20 acre feet of storage for irrigation water. Then the detention portion of the reservoir will be 100% reimbursable from, this is the grant. That was accidentally put in there by Pineview. It was one of their notes that they had just in there to talk about the grant. But I did want to tell you that the grant originally was $4.5 million, and we don't believe that's changed yet. But we don't know the exact amount. As of today, we don't know that exact amount yet. Then this is where the fishery was taken out right there in 201. And then in 207, this is all the fishery stuff that's taken out. And then 211, this in, right here is where it says by date prior to the facility storing water. This was all taken out to read, district shall install or cause to be installed vinyl dip chain link fence. The fence shall be installed. Cost sharing for the fence is shown in Exhibit B. And then, let's see what else he had here. And this is just, he told you a little bit about the insurance. This part has to be in there to protect everyone, protect them, protect us. They added the city will defend and hold the district harmless from all damages occurring because of the public use of the irrigation facility. And if anything's our fault, it's just how the insurance works back and forth. Their stuff is in there too, that it is mutually agreed that the city and district each assume liability for the neglect or wrongful acts committed by their own agents, officials, employees, or contractors. The Pineview wanted this portion put in also, just to protect them. And then there was fishery 2 right here that wasn't, Pineview signed this already, and they are just bringing it to us to show you what was changed in it. But they left some of the fishery stuff out of it, or in it still. And John said I could take that out tonight of here. Make sure, we could take it out tonight. Right here it says, cities shall provide district with the design and list of materials for installation of the needed storm drain and park or fishery facilities. We'll just take out or fishery facilities. Are you guys okay if we do that right here now? Okay, well, get that out of there. And then I think it was in one other place. Maybe not. Maybe that was it. Let me just make sure. Anyway, do you have any questions?
Questions or discussion, council, on this item? It's just to clean up the agreement. Remove the fishery,
And add the
establish
insurance.
insurance.
What's the agreement number?
It is A19 2019.
Mayor, I'll move that we approve agreement A19-2019, the interlocal agreement for completion and joint use of stormwater detention basin and water reservoir, as discussed.
Okay, it's been moved that we approve A19 2019, which is the interlocal agreement for completion and joint use of the water detention basin.
Second.
Have a second? Councilman Turner. Any other questions or discussion? Begin the voting then with Councilwoman Stoker,
Yes.
Councilman Swanson,
Yes.
Councilman Barker,
Yes.
Councilman Turner.
Yes.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Okay.
Item 4, discussion or action to consider accepting a petition for annexation of the property located at 165 East Loman View Drive. Presenter will be Annette Spenlove, City Recorder and Director.
And computer person.
And there we go. Let's see. Okay, this is the piece of land we're talking about for annexation. As you all can see this here, this is where our public works facility is. We've got everything taken care of. Well, the reason it took so long is because there was a dispute on the property line, if you remember, and that was all taken care of in June. And as soon as that was taken care of, we sent it over to get the documents we needed, the title and everything we needed, our Alta title report, and it surveyed, so we had the correct information for you. So it's approximately 6.046 acres You know, it's located on 165 East Pleasant View. That's Loman View Drive.
Oh, my good job.
So that's wrong on there. And as required by state code, the Weber County Surveyor has reviewed the annexation plat map and had the surveyor make the corrections, so it was the correct plat. The property this property that's being proposed, the petitioner, which is North Ogden City, is asking that we leave it as it is, RE20. And the reason for that is because they're doing a new rezoning of all our properties, giving it a different zone classification as city properties. And they'll be bringing that back in the next 6 months. All that'll come together, and you'll understand that more. So we're asking for that. It'll go for review to the Planning Commission, who will make that recommendation back to you. Right now, all you're doing is accepting the application to process.
Questions or discussion from the council?
Is there an agreement number, a petition number?
Nope.
All right. I'll make a motion that we accept the petition to, let me say this right, for property located at 165 East Loman View Drive as presented by Annette.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve accepting the petition for annexation for property located at 165 East Loman View Drive. Any other questions or discussion? Been moved and seconded. Start the voting with Councilman Swanson,
Yes.
Councilman Barker,
Yes.
Councilman Turner,
Yes.
Councilwoman Stoker.
Yes.
Motion passes. Meeting now is open for public comment.
My name's Gary Atterbury. I live at 3012 North, 175 West, and I didn't bring my grandson tonight because I know my comments will be under 5 minutes. So I can get it to work. First of all, I want it on public record that Philip Swanson and Cheryl Stoker have both blocked me from their Facebook pages. I assume because I do not always agree with them. This constitutes an illegal action by any elected representative. As of January the 9th, 2019, the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that the interactive portion of a public official's Facebook page is a public forum, so an official cannot block people from it because of their opinions they hold. I'm sure that this action was just an oversight, so I assume that tomorrow morning I'll be able to access your Facebook pages. Secondly, last Friday, I wrote an open letter to Phil Swanson, Lynn Satterthwaite, Charlotte Ekstrom, and Randy Winton. In our conversation before the City Council vote of August 27th about the pond, Phil stated to me, "I'll not be engaging in a Facebook comment battle with you. Thanks for understanding. I understand." However, I assume that you would like the opportunity to explain to the citizens of North Ogden your statement as our city councilman. During our conversation, you said, and I quote, "It's far too simplistic to refer to this as merely a pond. It's a Pine View Reservoir, 20 acre-foot, and stormwater detention basin, 22 acre-feet. That has, and I'm still quoting, many millions of our federal tax dollars coming back to us from the feds if we add a recreation component to it. I'm looking, in looking through the pond information, I can't find it anywhere that it guarantees the government will be paying North Ogden City millions of dollars. Could any of you please explain this comment or provide a reference to the validity of the statement? And I'm asking how and when can we expect that information? I'm sure the people of North Ogden would appreciate it, and I know I would. So thank you.
Mr.
Thank you for your
Atterbury?
comment.
Oh, you got it on your phone. Can I have you email your comments to me?
What's that?
Can you email those to me, your comments? Because you read from that. Can you do that? So I get it on the record, right?
I'm 75 years old. I'm lucky to work this thing. Now, if you want to email it, you're welcome
I
to.
will. I can do that.
Sorry,
I'll get it back to you.
Okay.
Let's go on with the meeting.
Thank you.
May I answer Gary's question? Or wait till our comments?
Let's wait till we get
Okay.
to our comments.
Okay.
Seeing no other comments from the group, we'll move on to council, mayor, staff comments. And we'll start with Councilman Turner,
I have nothing.
Councilman Barker.
I don't know if you were gonna bring this up. Our open house for the fire district was last night. We had a few people show up. So,
I heard the sirens.
just once? Or for 3 hours? I heard them for 3 hours. Kids love pushing those sirens. But we had a great turnout from the public, and we had most of the council was there, and we had a lot of support, and we're thankful for it.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Councilman Swanson?
Just appreciation for the Northview Fire and the open house they had last night, and Ryan for getting me behind the red line to get some good video of the extrication cutting with the jaws of life, or whatever they call those things. That was fun. Thanks.
Councilwoman Stoker?
I too would like to say what a great open house it was, and especially where they had I don't know what you'd call it, where the kids could crawl through the refrigerator boxes, and there was smoke in it, so they would simulate them crawling through a fire in their own homes. And I thought some of that was very good and educational for these kids to have that experience. And Mr. Atterbury, I, like you, I'm not quite your age, but I'm getting there. I do not have a Facebook page on political. I have my Facebook page as my own personal, but I have not blocked you from, because I don't have one.
If you're not putting election stuff on it, then
No, I'm not, because
handle it. Thank you.
I don't have one. So
Okay.
thank you for bringing that up to clarify for you and others. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Annette?
I don't have anything.
Tracy? Okay. Last night in our Weber area council, they had a presentation by the fire department in Riverdale discussing the heavy rescue unit, and discussed the fact that they're going to be almost $500,000 short of keeping that in operation. And so they were looking for how they're going to raise the funds, whether it comes a portion from each community, or whether it's going to be attached to the paramedics and taxation of the fire districts. And so that's an item that we'll have to address at a later time, but I just thought I'd mention the fact that took place. Thank you all for coming out this evening. It's a pleasure to meet with you. We had a shorter agenda tonight, so I'm not sure I can get back in the house this early. But I think I will enjoy it. So, council, I'd entertain a motion for adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
A motion to adjourn, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. From now on, we want all the council meetings.